I'm Rachel Hines-Constantino, and you're watching City View. Today on the show, I have Evelyn Nelson, Community Relations Division Supervisor for the City of Salina, and Julio Ramos, Community Relations Specialist, also with the city. They're here to tell us about their annual Fair Housing Seminar. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so tell me about this annual event.
Yeah, so our office hosts an annual Fair Housing Seminar every year, and it's just a time for us to be able to provide resources and information to the community about fair housing and the Kansas Residential Landlord-Tenant Act, and just in general information that the community and resources that the community can use throughout the year, regardless of who you are. If you're a landlord, if you're in real estate, if you're a tenant looking for a place to live, even nonprofits that work with individuals that may be having concerns in fair housing. It's really just a seminar that I think anybody can benefit from.
Okay, and what's the goal of this seminar?
You know, the goal is really to get the community together and help the community to understand that housing is about more than just like these four walls. So like our theme is, you know, fair housing redefining home. And so again, home is more than just four walls. Housing is interconnected into so many different things in our community: transportation, employment, education, you know, all of these different things. Like, I mean, for instance, with education, like if a student is doesn't have a good place to live, doesn't have a safe place to live, a comfortable, enjoyable dwelling is how HUD defines it, you know, that's going to affect how they perform at school. You know, they're not going to be as successful. So we want, you know, every aspect of our community to understand how important, how integral housing is. It really sits at the core of our community. So we really, really want, you know, people to understand that.
That makes perfect sense. So what are some of the topics and who are some of the speakers for this seminar?
So we have Teresa Baker, who works for Housing and Consumer Credit Counseling out of Topeka. She is a favorite that we keep on inviting every year. So knowledgeable in fair housing and the Kansas Residential Landlord-Tenant Act. And she has a very charismatic way of educating, you know, on those topics. And so she's going to be talking about Fair Housing 101, as well as kind of a more in-depth look at
the Kansas Residential Landlord-Tenant Act. So she's going to be doing, you know, that side of the Kansas Residential Landlord-Tenant Act that a lot of people don't really sometimes understand. We get a lot of calls about it. We just want them to really understand that in depth. So she's going to go over that in depth for everyone. And then we have Michelle
Ewert. She's a law professor out of Washburn, and she's going to be talking about reasonable accommodations and modifications based off of the Fair Housing Act.
Okay.
Focusing a little bit more on assistance animals and what that looks like and what the law says about that. And then she's also going to be talking about immigration and housing.
Oh, wow. Very important topics.
What the Fair Housing Act has to say about that. So
yeah,
really exciting.
That's
really
awesome.
Exciting. We also have a panel that we're going to have. It's about housing instability. So that is really going to kind of sum everything up, really help to bring that message home that housing is so much more than, you know, kind of what we think it is. And that those panelists are going to, you know, just talk about housing instability in the community with their clients. We have different nonprofits. We have, you know, an attorney. We have you know, social service, social workers. So that kind of conversation is just going to be a really nice conversation on housing instability, what it is, why we want to, you know, prevent it in our community, and, you know, and just how important it is. So one thing I did want to mention too is that this year we are offering continuing education credits for social workers, real estate agents, and attorneys.
Oh,
so
wow.
We're really, really excited about that. And we just hope that everyone can come out and really understand, you know, more about how important fair housing is to our community.
What an important seminar to have for our community. This is wonderful. And isn't it the 52nd or 53rd year of the Fair Housing Act?
I believe it is the 53rd year.
53rd year, wow. Well, so if someone's interested in attending, what do they need to do?
They can either go online
Okay.
on the City of Salina webpage under Community Relations Division. There is a link there that is the 2020 Fair Housing Seminar. the flyer and the registration is on there, they can call our office or come straight to our office. We're in the City County Building, 300 West Ash, room 101. They can fill out the registration form right there and there, and we can get them registered right away.
Well, thank you both for coming on the show and sharing information about this important event. We'll have to have you up on a follow-up and tell us how it went.
For sure. Thank you so much for having us.
Yep. I'm Rachel Hines-Constantino, and thanks for watching City View. Catch up with us next week, and be sure to subscribe to the City of Salina's YouTube channel where you can check out more of our videos.